Humans are always trying to be better than everyone else. This is why we have competitive games, bell curve when grading at schools, and why we are always concerned with keeping up with the Joneses. This is built into the human psyche. You will notice that small children are concerned about who gets the biggest piece of cake, just like a monkey will become upset if another primate gets the bigger, tastier banana. Even in the animal world, animals will fight over who gets the freshest patch of grass or the best position in the herd. All animals, fish, and bacteria are constantly battling for the privilege of procreating. They do this with dangerous fangs, beautiful coats, or fanciful dances. In school settings, whenever children that are fighting, everyone else will circle the fight, waiting in anticipation to see who the winner will be. These kids will compete by wearing the best clothing, performing the most difficult feats, and creating the most elite clubs or groups, and keeping others out. Even teachers will reinforce this when they threaten the children by telling them if they do not study, they will end up being a janitor in school. This lets everyone know that the teacher has the higher social value than the janitor. The real joke is that the janitor has better pay, better job security, the keys to the whole building, and is in the story of Janus. He can unlock the door to heaven or hell. At work, it is more important in your position what you actually accomplish in the company. Your pay is dependent on your title, not your skill or knowledge. Your title depends more on who you know. It doesn't depend on what you know. At the water cooler, everyone gossips and puts others down so that they can take their position in place. In politics, we realize that everyone makes promises that they can never keep. They do this like two prize fighters that spend 2 weeks before they fight describing how they're going to knock the other guy out. And once they get in the round, it is over in 30 seconds. Politics is like pro wrestling. It's a nice show, tickets are very expensive, and you have to be tough to get in the ring. If I got in the ring and I got hit with a fake chair, I'd be down for the count. I'm not that tough. It's fixed, and both sides are owned by the same team, or are owned by the same corporation. Root for one side or the other and have a wonderful time. And the best part about the show is the ring girl. When you go home, you will find that nothing in your personal life is changed. Medical scientists have found that when you're doing a specific problem, like solving a math problem, putting a basketball into a hoop, or trying to ride a bicycle, all of these require different parts of the brain. This area of the brain, temporarily during the process, receives higher blood flow and more energy from the body. The brain never shuts down when these parts of the brain are not in use. 85% of your brain, when these parts of the brain are not in use, 85% of your brain will be working on social relationships. One exception is the brain runs at top speeds for most of your life until you fall in love. Then it stops working altogether, but that's another story. 85% of our brain is related to social relationships because our social relationships protect us from danger. They feed us. They give us opportunity to pass our DNA on to the next generation. It also establishes our status or a higher position in social hierarchy to receive the things that we need in life. The higher our standing in society, the better shelter we get, the better the procreating we get, the better our life insurance policy. This part of our brain is constantly working 24/7. It may power down temporarily to allow a brief activity for a specific part of the brain to function, but it will come back in full force. When our brains are in the human condition, driving in the wrong direction, we can create lots of damage to others, the planet, and ourselves. This will be like driving a street vehicle over off-road terrain. It will not take you very far. In the human condition, when used improperly, this is the reason behind all wars, poverty, and suffering that people inflict on each other. Here, we're going to learn how to deal with the human condition where we are trying to become better than everyone else. We have found that there are 3 ways that we can become better than others. The first way is that we can put other people down. We do this through gossip, criticizing, or ridiculing others. The word devil is translated from the Greek Septuagint, and the word that is translated from literally means to gossip or bad tongue. This is the devil state. The next way that we can become better than others is through hard work. We study and learn more than others. We aim to improve ourselves to become better than we were yesterday. We get things that make our life better, like the car or the refrigerator or the high heels. We have nicer things to become better than our neighbors. We are smarter, richer, and better because of the hard work and focus on ourselves. The third way that we can become better than others is by getting down and picking other people up. This requires compassion and empathy on our part. This is something that all the sages of the ages before have done. This is considered the God state because when you pick up other people and improve their lives, they will look up to you as God-like. As human beings, we will be in all 3 states at all times. The questions that we have to ask ourselves is, how much time and energy do we want to put in each of these? Do we want to be living in a life where we spend 30% of our time in the devil state, 40% of the time in the human state, and 30% of the time in the God state? Or do you want to be spending 10% in the devil state, 80% in the human state, and 10% in the God state? All of these things are up to you. This can change throughout the day from situation to situation on whatever state you would like to be in. It is all up to you. When you find yourself gossiping or telling jokes, this means that you have moved into the devil state, and comedy is a part of the human condition. As human beings, we all enjoy gossip and comedy on occasion. Comedy is about targeting someone and shooting them down. If you would like to learn more about this, read our work on the science of humor. When you find yourself working extra hard, brushing your teeth, combing your hair, working 2 jobs, and going to college, when you are reading The 7 Habits of Highly Successful People, you will know that you are in the human state of the human condition. As you know, our program is not a self-help program. This is a We Will Help You program. When you find yourself taking care of people that are depressed, down and out, and making sure that they have enough food, you know that you are living in the God state. The whole point on the road to Kaivala is for us to help each other so that we can reach the highest advancement. When you get to Kaivala, you will become service to others. As long as we are humans, we will always be in all 3 states at one time. The only way to get out of this is to die, transcend to a higher plane, or to get hit in the head with a rock. Our goal is to try and move as much of our time and energy as we can into the God state. At the same time, never letting go of the human state and the devil state. We are looking to become balanced. Now get out your stickies. Write down what your schedule is for the week. Use 3 different colors to indicate the 3 different states of the human condition as you write about the things that you do throughout the week. If you hope to change how you live in the human condition, you can use different colored stickies next to what you are doing right now. Now, write down on how much you spend in each state. Now consider where you want to go. Meditate on this. Thank you for joining us on the road to Kaivala. You are great and wonderful.